Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today I am going to be doing almost a full face of elf makeup. I picked up a couple of things along the way. There's a couple of things that I really wanted that I couldn't find, but I'm just kind of using old elf products. It's a bit weird filming again because I haven't filmed like properly in about 2 weeks. I have been uploading, but I have like previously bulk filmed so many videos that it feels like obviously I haven't taken like a break, but realistically I have, because I've been working like non-stop, which is a good thing. But yeah, I picked up a couple of things. So I have the new elf blush, I have one of their new mini eyeshadow palettes, I have a little eyeshadow brush set that I got in a sale. So let's just get on with it. So I was trying to find their new primer, but I went to my local Boots and they didn't have it, which is very annoying because I really want to try it but it seems like it's sold out absolutely everywhere. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my standard Poreless Putty primer, which I absolutely love. So it's been a while since I've used this, so I do hope it's still good to use. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, it's very warm like where I live, so it might be a little bit too soft, but if it is, then I might get rid of it. I don't know, because I've still got the green one, so I will obviously keep that one too. But I just really love this. But I've heard so many good things about the new primer, I think it's the gripping primer or something, I don't know. I know that's the name of the Milk Cosmetics one, and everyone's saying it's basically like the same, so I'm not sure like why. Well, I know why Boots didn't have it. They're probably just not as updated as everyone else, but hopefully I will pick it up soon and I'll definitely give it a go in the video. But I have the milk one already, even though I've had it for ages and I haven't really used it in a while, just because it was expensive and I kind of I've had so many other new products to try. But I will do a video soon where I kind of have like products that I haven't used in a while that I miss using and stuff like that, so that's probably going to be part of it. But hopefully soon I can pick up that primer. So again, I don't have a new foundation because I mean the last foundation that they came out with was their powder one. I actually got rid of it because I really didn't like it, and that the shade I chose was way too pale for me. I looked really just really horrible and pale, so I'm just going to use my camo concealer. Sorry, no, this is the camo foundation. So this is their color correcting full coverage natural finish blah blah blah, and I do think this one is okay. This is not like one of my favorite foundations, but I think I kept it because it's almost kind of finished and I was like, I might as well use it on videos where I don't have foundation as like a staple product, as like a new product. So I tend to have a lot of videos where I don't have my foundation, I don't use a foundation on camera, so I use certain foundations that I've almost finished with, like I have a L'Oreal one and now this one and a couple of others. But obviously this is an elf video, so because I got rid of the powder one, I was like, this is obviously the only one that I have. It is too pale for me. Again, this is in the shade Fair 120, but I kind of, what I used to do, and I still kind of do it now, foundations that I buy, I always go shades way too light for me, because I feel like it's easier to have a lighter shade than to have a deeper shade. I know that kind of, it does make sense, but it's a bit stupid at the same time. But I honestly, like, I've had foundations that are a bit deeper for me and they don't look right and I know this doesn't look right either, but I honestly feel like I can do a lot more when it comes to a lighter foundation than a deeper one, just because we have so many things like setting powders and blushes and highlighters that can kind of help it along the way. So I'm just tapping everything in to make sure it's kind of nice and secure. And again, this is not like my favorite foundation, but it's still quite nice. I mean, I haven't gone super like full coverage on there because it's such a warm day and I'm not going to put this on for a long time, so I'm just going to see how it goes for the video. So let's go on to the blush, which I'm very excited about. So I'm a big fan of their original Putty blushes, but now we've got luminous ones. This is in the shade Scent Bart. So they elf recently came out with, I'd say, about 6 new ones, but these are shimmery ones, and it is a little bit odd for me to use a shimmery blush because they're not kind of my go-to, but because it's a cream blush, I was like, yes, I need to try it. And so I got this shade, obviously, like I mentioned. At the bottom you can see that it's kind of got a, you probably won't see it in this camera, but you'll probably see that it's got some speckles of like shimmer in there. So I'm just very excited to try it, and I'm just using a dense brush today because I feel like this could give me a bit more. So what I noticed actually in the difference, and it can make a big difference, there's actually a sticker on the side to tell you what the shade is, because with the previous ones they didn't have any of that information. And so when I used to film, I'm like, what's this one called? For some, you know, for some people that might not matter, and it might not matter if I wasn't trying to tell people what I'm using. But when it's the shade, I'm like, I don't know what shade this is. But anyway, this is a bit of a deeper shade than I go for, but I have recently been into deeper blushes. So let's see how well this works on me. I know I've already put on like a lot on this side, and I do kind of blend it out a bit with a sponge, so it's not going to look too insane, but I thought I would kind of build it up to see how it works. And so far it's looking quite nice. I can't see any shimmer kind of in it. I'm going to kind of give it a bit of a swatch to see how it works and how it looks on my hand. I can kind of see some little specks in there. It's not as prominent as it is on the pictures, for example, because obviously in the promo pictures they're there to sell you the item and to kind of go, look, these have got specks of like shimmer in there and blah blah blah, buy it, it's different. But when you look at the actual product itself, you can't see much, but it is a nice shade. I think the original blush that I have is called Fiji, I believe. I think so, yeah. It's a much lighter pink than this one, so yeah, this is a bit of a deeper one, but the way that it comes up is nice. I mean, it's blended in quite well to my foundation. It's there, so I'm just going to set everything down with some powder. I don't actually have an elf powder anymore. I think I got rid of it because it was almost finished, and so I'm just going to use one of my Primark ones. I'm going to keep it away from kind of like the camera area because I have a fan on, because it's very warm today. So I'm just going to put this everywhere because I don't actually have any more cream products to try. So let's just set everything down and hope the best that this is gonna set everything right, because I think, like I mentioned, this foundation, it's not like my favorite, but it's still it's still usable. I mean, it's all right. So I'm just gonna add a bit more. I've probably added way too much, but we're just gonna set everything down. Haven't used this powder in ages. I kind of don't know if I should throw it away because I don't know. I don't know. I feel a bit weird with using like older products, but I have had this for a while, so maybe this might have to go in the bin. But anyway, let's move on to highlighter. So I do have an elf highlighter. This is a baked highlighter that I recently, no, not even, what am I talking about recently? I got this like maybe less than a year ago in a sale, and I do have highlighters part of their little duos, like blush and highlighter duos, but I thought let's try this today because it's been a while since I've used it. This is actually a bit too deep for me, but this is the shade Illuminator Curate. I don't even know. I know you can, I think you still can get them in their sales section, but not in their like normal purchasing section. So I'm being very light-handed because I mentioned it is a bit deep for me, but this is coming out absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is a really, really nice highlighter. This is a great brush. This is a Spectrum brush that's part of the Ursula set, and I got this part of like a mystery box. But yeah, this brush is fantastic, and also so is the highlighter. And I do like baked products because it gives off a bit more intensity when it comes to shadows. So let's go on to the eyes. So I mentioned that I do have a new eyeshadow quad. So this is actually came out quite recently. This is the I Love You a Latte. So this is an eyeshadow palette that I really normally don't go for, but I really love the formula when it comes to these eyeshadow palettes. Like I mentioned previously, Their mini quads are amazing. They're £4 for this. I'm pretty sure they used to be £3 and now they're £4. I mean, that £1 inflation is fine. That means it's £1 per blush. So I'm gonna use that today. And also their mini melt brush set. So I got this part of a sale. So Elf had like a, I don't know, not a fan club sale, but like a members sale, and that membership is free to sign up to. It's basically you just give them your email. It's like going on their mailing list, and you get to go onto things earlier than anyone. You get to buy certain products earlier than other people, is what I can remember. So definitely check out their website. So you get 3 brushes. These are really cute. I think I've got this brush set for about £3-4, so that's why I picked it up. I was like, you can never have too many brushes. So these don't have names on them, but I am just going to start off with this shade because it's a nice transition shade, and we're going to take this brush, which is a blending brush. I never kind of well, it was a lot of fallout. I just look at a brush and go, that looks fine, I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to put this all over my lid. I don't have any primer or anything because I just want to like see what it looks like by itself. And like I mentioned, I've had the other eyeshadow palettes before, and they're really nice. They are honestly fantastic. The green one, which is the hot jalapeno one, it's honestly one of my favorite mini eyeshadow palettes ever. It just gives off the most amazing shimmer, and the greens as well. This palette doesn't have any shimmers, and that's fine because I just wanted to try out something a bit different today with this palette because it's just really nice and simple. A YouTuber that I follow called Andrea, she actually really raves about this palette, so I kind of wanted to have a look at it. And you know what, for £3-4 it's worth it, even if it's not right up your street. If you really want an eyeshadow palette that is just really nice and simple, these ones are fantastic, and they're really travel friendly as well. So next I'm going to go in with this brush, which is the eye contour brush. I'm going to go in with the next shade just here, which is a lighter brown tone, like a nude tone, and we're going to put that in my crease. And again, these palettes have so much fallout, it's insane. If you're like annoyed by fallout, these will probably annoy you quite a bit because they just I don't know, I don't, if you say it's like a waste of product, but it's just a bit frustrating because that means you have to constantly like tap, and then any excess that you do have to kind of like tap back on, but it's fine. There's no fallout like on my face, which is fine. It's just inside the pan, which is a bit annoying, but you know what, it's fine. So I'm just gonna blend this in. So the first shade is kind of gone but it's fine because I'm kind of more concentrating on these deeper tones because I just want to just see how the pigment is. And to be honest, this is very pigmented for a very light brown tone. I think this is very nice, so I'm just kind of blending on both sides. I might go back in with that first brush and just kind of blend them out because it is quite a, well, it's very pigmented, so I don't want it to be like too crazy, but it's fine. Again, there's no shimmers on this one, so I'm just gonna blend and see how we go back. So I'm gonna go back in with this one and just kind of blend back and forth, and it's blending very nicely. I can't believe for like a palette that's £4 that you can just take with you. So like I'm going to my friend's wedding soon, and I feel like going for a mini palette is so travel friendly, but I feel like if you're going on holiday or things like that, so when I go to Disneyland, I am gonna take like obviously some makeup with me, but I don't intend to take like a massive palette obviously, so I need to kind of be as minimal as I can, and I think palettes like this are perfect. So I'm actually going to blend the first 2 shades on this bigger brush so I can just give it a bit more oomph to it, and then I'm gonna actually bring it a bit more forward because I feel like that last shade, the deeper brown tone, I am just gonna kind of maybe add it in the corner just to make everything a bit more pop-in. So even with 2 shades we've done quite well. But yeah, so when I was saying about minimal makeup, I don't tend to buy a lot of like travel friendly makeup because I mean I have previously picked up stuff before, but I feel like for like traveling, and I guess it's a good way to test a product before buying the bigger version. But I don't travel anywhere, so I don't really buy travel items. But I guess for going on holiday and stuff like that, I might use like smaller products as like a reason for me to just kind of travel with. So I'm going to take the smallest amount of this last shade. It's like a deep chocolate shade. And I'm just going to see if I can do like a wing with it, because I do have an eyeliner to use, but if I can use this to kind of deepen out everything, I might just do that instead, and just kind of blend it back and forth. This is very different than what I normally go for, because I go for quite colourful looks and things like that, but I feel like if I can get this to work with my lack of skills, then I think we're on a winner for this one. And sometimes like I never really go for non-shimmery eye looks because I feel like, oh, I want to do a kind of extravagant look as much as I can, but I feel like sometimes we don't always need the shimmer, but I kind of leave the shimmer to the highlighter for this look, I feel. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend this out a bit. How is it looking? Quite nice. It's come out a little bit grey, but I think when I'm mixing those 2 first shades, it kind of mellows it out a bit. But we've got this shade, this third one, that I haven't used. I'm not going to use it in this one because it won't really bring much to the video, so I feel like I might just leave that one. So this has come out very, very nicely. It's not patchy, it's very pigmented, and I feel like I'm going to leave it like this because it's not there's not much else I can do. So I'm just going to blend that out slightly just to, yeah, even that out a bit, just so it's not so harsh. Fantastic. So now I'm going to go on. So yeah, I did have an eyeliner, I'm not going to use that now. And now I'm going to go with mascara. So this is my Elf. It's like a mini Lash It Loud. So when I mentioned I don't have many minis, this is like a different case, because I was like, you know what, I don't want to buy a large one. I think this mini one was like £4, and I was like, that's perfect. So I'm just going to add some of this on. I've had this for a while, so I kind of feel like maybe I should get rid of it soon, but they have come out with a few other mascaras since coming out with this one, but I do quite like it. It does give me some volume. I always mention mascaras are not like amazing for my lashes because my lashes are quite heavy, so the only benefit I ever get is on my lower lash line. So to end everything off, I stupidly don't have a lipstick by Elf because I recently did a declutter, so I only have a lip liner which is their Love Triangle lip filler liner in the shade Hot Pink. So I'm just going to use that, and I'm just going to use one of my NYX butter glosses. I'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. This is my finished look. So everything, of course, the older stuff I've done reviews on before, but let's talk about the blush. Where has it gone? It was here a second ago. There we go. I like it. It's not kind of, I feel, as shimmery as they had mentioned, because I feel like when I'm looking at the promo pictures you can see the shimmer. I don't know if I have to like go in a bit more to kind of get that, but I don't think I should really have to. Of course, like, you want every layer to like have some kind of shimmer to it. Maybe the next time I use it, it might give a bit more oomph. The eyeshadow palette, I'm surprisingly really, I'm liking it a lot. I mean, I need to try out this grey tone, but it's not like, again, this is not a palette that I normally go for, but I think for £4, if you want something really simple to the point, really recommend any of these, to be honest. They're fantastic. And the eye brush set, I love them. They're really, really great. They're really soft. They're really nice and comfy on the eyes to when you like blend and everything. So if the sale is still going on, I really recommend to check it out, because You might get yourself some good bargains, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Let me know if you've picked up anything from elf recently. Have you tried the primer? Is it good? Because it's definitely on my list. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. Hope you guys are doing really well, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.